What is up, guys? How's it going? My name's Aram Joseph. Welcome to the video. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I own and operate an e-waste recycling center here in the United States. And as you can tell, there are a lot of cars. There are a lot of cars because my business is on the street front, so I apologize for the noise. What's going on today is that we are refurbishing an ASUS Republic of Gamers gaming desktop. And there's another car. The reason for the video is that yesterday a customer dropped off this specific gaming PC, and they dropped it off completely disassembled. It came with a but it came with a gaming graphics card. It came with an i7 4th generation processor. It came with RAM that was, I think, 16 gigabytes original configuration. And when they dropped it off all in pieces. So I've never put this PC back together. This is specifically an ASUS ROG G20AJ. So what we're doing today is we're going to be putting it together. There's another car. What we're doing today is we are going to be replacing the processor. What the customer did on top of disassembling the whole thing and taking the GPU was that they replaced the original i7 with a pentium or a Celeron processor. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the CPU with a 4th gen i7 CPU, and we're gonna try to refurbish it. So once again, we are refurbishing an ASUS Republic of Gamers G20AJ. Let's get to it. Alright, so let's go to the back and let's see what we're working with. Alright, let's get in focus, and here it is, guys. This is what was dropped off to me. It is an ASUS G20AJ Republic of Gamers desktop PC, and it is completely in pieces. The processor has been changed to a Pentium processor, and here are all the parts that were given to me. I'm missing the graphics card, but everything else is here. The RAM, not here. And yeah, this is what we're dealing with. I'm missing all the screws. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so here we have it. Everything is in pieces. The heatsink, the plastic that goes, I think, on the top side or the bottom side. I think it's the top. We have the other side that closes of the tower. CD drive, the fans. I think these go over the heatsink. Something along those lines. I don't know. However it would go. And then we have this tray, which I presume, yeah, so this would be the graphics card. So this would probably go somewhere in here. So that's for all the parts that are removed. We have the RAM that's removed. We have a processor, which is, I'm not sure if you can tell, it is a Pentium processor. And that's not what originally came with this. This had a 4th gen i7. We have a hard drive that is a 2 terabyte conventional hard drive. I may replace this with a solid state just to make it faster. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to replace the CPU with an actual 4th gen i7, something that originally came with this. It may not be the exact model, the exact specs, but it's going to be 4th gen i7. So let me grab one of my boards and I'll remove the CPU. Okay, so here are one of my boards. It's an ASUS. Funny enough, look at the color. It's a very similar models. So we will go ahead and take off the heatsink. Remove the fan power. Okay. Perfect. Let's clean this up and see what model this is. Okay, so it's an i7 4770S. I don't know if you can tell. i7-4770S. It's at 3.1 gigahertz. So we will replace this one with this one and we'll swap them because I don't want to leave the socket open on this and then have everything just be bare loose so that I can possibly bend one of them. Perfect. Okay. Alright. It's all clean. Perfect. Awesome. So, step one complete. Let's replace that really quickly. Okay, so next step is the RAM. We're gonna go ahead and put what originally came with it, which is 16 gigabytes of RAM. This is Samsung DDR3 RAM. So let's go ahead, pop that in. Perfect. Now, let me see if it's too difficult right now to take out this hard drive. Let's take out this ribbon really quickly. That's not too bad. Just one screw holding the bracket. There you go. Perfect. Let's see. Let's take this. Okay. So here's a 2 terabyte hard drive. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this with a solid state. Let's unscrew this. See, the newer models, I believe the newer model of this would be the G20CB or CL. That has 2 M.2 slots somewhere over here, I believe. Or here. No, it's here. Yeah. So this one, because it doesn't have that, I want to kind of bring this to 2020 and upgrade the hard drive by putting an SSD in. At the moment, unfortunately, I do not have a graphics card that is fitting for this. I just realized that I do not have the elbow for this PCI slot because the graphics card will be sitting this way with the teeth pointing out. And I need an elbow to connect, like an L bracket, to connect the teeth of the graphics card to this PCI port over here. So unfortunately, I won't be able to upgrade the graphics card in this video. We're just going to be going off of the video of the CPU through an HDMI port over here. And in part 2, we're going to be putting a fitting graphics card for this upgraded machine. So right now, let's work on the solid state. Here, we have a 256 gigabyte SSD. We are going to go ahead and swap this really quickly. Bracket's a little bit different. Obviously, it's meant for 3.5. But I think if we put the SATA cables from now, it'll be fine. Unless, no. Well, we may be able to put one in the other. Okay. I'm thinking about putting one bracket in the other. There's enough space, but I have to take out these screws. Let me take that out really quickly. So this came in like that, like this, and look at that. Clears. So, and down here clears. Look at that. All right. Works out perfect. Perfect. See, it always works out perfect when you have the right parts. I couldn't, if I didn't have this bracket, I would have needed to do some sort of a makeshift. Perfect. All right. So far, so good. So far, so good. Okay. That's it for that. Now we go ahead, place this back inside. And there you have it. We got SSD in there, perfect. All right. Okay. We've done the RAM, the CPU, and the SSD. That was quick. Let's Put this back in its spot. So now we're going to be putting the screws all on the motherboard, making sure it's all faceted in place, putting new compound, new thermal paste, and we're going to go ahead and then, I don't know how this probably goes. Okay, there's a cutout. Probably goes like that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to figure this out. All right. Good stuff, good stuff. So I didn't get any screws with this system, but because I take apart so many computers, I have many extras. I wonder if this is the right size. Let's see. It is. All right, how many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 more. All right, I got them. See the difference between that and this, the threading? All right, nonetheless, we got them. We're on a good path. I feel pretty good about this. I think the only tricky part may be the heatsink with those fans, like the placement. That's the only thing I foresee, maybe the tricky part. I haven't watched the YouTube video yet. I don't know, I haven't faced that problem yet. So let's see. Okay, so we replaced, we put in RAM at 16 gigabytes DDR3. We put in an i7-4770S, before it was a Pentium inside. And we put a 240 gigabyte, well actually it's a 256 gigabyte SSD. This is a Samsung Evo 840. Now, before I put the compound, I have to clean this compound off, the old compound, but I want to see the placement really quickly. Let me clean some of this dust off. Alright. We got some 99% alcohol. There. Clean that up. Yes, this is toilet paper. I don't like wasting cloth, like rags, for cleaning compound. That fits like that. It's touching the RAM though, the pipes. That's interesting. Okay. And this, okay, those screws line up there. Okay, that makes sense. It fits perfectly with the heatsink. It blows the air right into it to dissipate it. Oh, why are these? What does that screw into? Oh, okay. So we do have a CD drive here. And the CD drive is here. So I'm guessing the brackets, these must be the brackets for that end. Let's go ahead, put the thermal paste, put the heatsink on, because it looks like it gives enough room. Maybe I have to bend a little bit. It gives enough room to slide the CD drive right in there. So let's start off with that. Let's go ahead, screw that in. Let's put the CD drive and make sure we're not missing anything that we have to plug in. I don't want to cover it up and take it out after again. Alright. Put in the CD drive. Alright, it's gonna be interesting for the graphics card. Well, for now, let's leave it like that, because we're not putting in a graphics card right now. I don't have that elbow. So this will all be in part 2. Well, right now, we gotta figure out a couple of these power cables. Kind of makes sense. It's for the SATA, for the hard drive. Maybe it's like 2-in-1 power. But then over here there's a port that says HDD power. So I wonder what this is for. Maybe this is like additional power. It converts from SATA to like a 6-pin for the graphics card. I'm not too sure. So we're gonna go ahead, take out the hard drive. Okay. We're gonna swap it, basically turn it around. Only because we do not have the cable that came with it for the hard drive power. So I kind of have to do a makeshift right now, because I really want to get it to work. This is part of what I do. I have to make those margin calls. What is worth recycling, basically selling per pound, and what is worth refurbishing, bringing back to life. I do my best to make sure that I can repurpose and reuse whatever still has value and life to it. You know, I won't be sitting there and reusing a computer that is Windows 98. But for certain stuff, I think personally it is worth it. And I actually get very happy. I take a lot of pride in my work because these items were built for a specific purpose. And if I'm able to bring it back to life through some level of effort, you know, as long as it is worth it, as long as there is, I think I have to have an L-shaped SATA for this one. Yeah, as long as there's a market for it, I'm doing a disservice to this industry if I do not bring it back to life. Okay, so just gonna go ahead and do it like this. This is just temporary. I know it's sloppy. I have to get the proper parts for this. I don't know if there are other ASUS computers that may have the same part, but just for now, just so that we can get it to work. I don't even know if this is gonna work right now because the SATA is sharing power with the CD drive, so I have doubts. Now let's clean up some of the dust off this fan. So we're not out of the woods yet. There is specific proprietary power for this. It's not the conventional power cords that go in the back of a desktop tower. Hopefully this is a good size. This is a piece that they broke. I'm not too sure where this goes. Maybe it's here or something. It is. Right on the money. Well, we'll leave that out. Okay. And this is the bracket for the GPU. We will just pop it in just because right now. I think it goes, I think I have to pop this out. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, we have number 1 and number 2. So I guess 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 1, right? Definitely. Okay. Okay. So this is part 1, and part 2 is going to be me sitting here diagnosing it. Hopefully by then I'll have the cable for the hard drive and I'll have an appropriate graphics card to fit in there. That way we'll have a fully fledged ASUS ROG G20AJ gaming computer. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video. Comment below what part of the video you liked. Comment below what you think I should do better. Give me some of your criticism. I don't mind. I'm open to criticism. And if you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. Any coverage I can get is greatly appreciated. I'm trying to bring awareness to the industry of e-waste and e-waste recycling. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.